press conference. We will be asking some questions. We'll be also allowed to answer questions. Welcome, Dreamworks, and thank you for being a part of this. Big thanks to Heritage Bank also. And we're going to try and make this as quick as possible, just so that we can get on with our day. We know it's a weekday. Welcome, members of the press also. So first of all, we're going to ask what is, the Ynspyre League? What is Ynspyre, first of all? And that question would be going to Heritage Bank to tell us about Ynspyre, first of all, before we go into the mic is. It's on.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Members of the press, stakeholders in the gaming industry, and of course, sponsors and my colleagues. It's a pleasure to be here today, and if I can venture to read the minds of a couple of us here, they'll probably be wondering what a bank is doing in the gaming industry. There's quite a lot that a bank should be doing in the gaming industry. But let me start from a point where you can understand, so that you can begin to build the relationships to what we are doing. So let me start with the bank, Heritage Bank. One of the stronger points of the bank is our ability to identify engagements with industries that are in growth mode, and also to identify income earning opportunities for several people in the economy. So one of the duties of a bank is to take deposits and to give loans, but more importantly, we have to build bridges into the communities that we operate in. And as a result of that, we have developed a product called the Ynspyre account. And what is the Ynspyre account about? It's basically a product targeted specifically, and I need to underline that word specifically, to the creative economy. And who are those that participate in the creative economy? Up to this point, you'll probably say those in music, those in video, and those in the film industry. But it goes much, much more than that. You have people in technology, they are also creatives. And you also have people in gaming, they are also creative people. And so what you find is that the Ynspyre account, starting with music, we build bridges, and as you may have guessed, one of our brand ambassadors is the Bunch, that is in the music sector. And also we are partnering with Silverbird. What we are doing with Silverbird has to do with training interns in various areas of the creative economy, from presenting to videography and a couple of other things. But over time, we've also identified that one of the strongest growth areas today, and of course driven by technology, is the gaming industry. Whether you're talking about PUBG or Fortnite or Anthem and a host of several other games that are changing the fortunes of several individuals globally. And we just felt that it is time for a product to identify and find a mechanism that we can guide Nigerians either in the area of game development or being professional gamers. I'm sure that many of us know the difference between e-gaming and e-sports. E-sports is a little more than e-gaming, because this is where you begin to speak about professionals being paid fees and being paid winnings in the same way excuse me, in the same way that you have tennis professionals or football professionals. So what Heritage Bank has done is, through the vehicle of the Ynspyre account, we have partnered with Nigeria Game Evolution and a couple of other people who have gratefully agreed to work with us to establish a season. Everybody can identify what a season is. If you are speaking about tennis, you have the ATP circuit, whether it's the 1000 league or the 500 league. When you're talking about football, you are talking about the season. Why is it a season? So that you can offer people an opportunity to make a living from whatever sport it is. And so what we have partnered with Game Evolution to do is to set up a gaming season. and this season is going to last 1 year. We have committed to paying prize money. We have committed to doing other kinds of sponsorships that will drive the e-gaming industry. And so what you are witnessing today is the beginning, or you might call it the birthplace of professional e-gaming in Nigeria. And we are proud to be associated with this kind of creativity, this kind of what I might call innovation. So how is it going to work? Well, I'm not a gaming professional. They are the gaming professionals. We have identified the opportunity, but from what we have discussed with them, the league is going to run through to December, I believe. And you know, when you start these things, you try to connect with what people already identify with. And so what we have established as well is at the end of the season, we are going to have what you call a champion of champions. This supposes that there is going to be a league table, and they call it leaderboard. So I mean, we are so football conscious that everybody thinks league table. So there's going to be a leaderboard, and I think whether it's the top 8 or top 10, I'm not sure, that will qualify for the champion of champions sometime in December. And what we've also done is to create, let me call it 2 divisions. We understand that not everybody is on the same skill level. And so we've created what you might call a pseudo-professional level where the prize money is much, much higher. And then we've also tried to encourage new entrants into the game where you have a junior league, so to speak. It's not categorized by age, but I'm just using the word junior league to define what it is. So if you consider yourself to be a reasonable expert in gaming, then I would advise you go for the Pro League, if that is what they call it. And if you just have a passing interest and you want to build your skill level, then you have to go for the Junior League. You have to forgive me, I'm still getting accustomed to the specific terms that are being used in the industry, but I assure you that I'm a very fast learner, and by the time we are done through the first 3 legs of the league, I will probably be very proficient in speaking this language. So in a nutshell, that is why Heritage Bank, through the Ynspyre account vehicle, is involved in this. And I also need to point out that we are in the introductory stages of the account. So what we are doing now is to identify various stakeholders. You know, we still have a long way to go. And what I will appeal to you is also to spread the news that there is a bank with a product that its sole aim is to promote the creative industry. Whether you are in technology, dance, arts, anything you consider to be creative, at the end of the day, it is the media, not the media as in your media. Everything revolves around media, technology, and creativity. So we believe that this is a very great space for the youth to be in, and we are committed, like I said, to promoting not just an esports league, but any other thing that promotes creativity. And this coincides with the growth of individualism and entrepreneurship in our economy today. My generation, who used to do 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 as you call it, that's no longer what is happening. And so we have to find a way as a financial institution to provide capital for those who have opted not to do the 8 to 5 like we do, but rather try to earn a living by expressing themselves in creativity. So that's what it is. I don't know if I've covered all the areas you would have wanted me to speak about, but I'm still here and I'll be very glad to take your questions.
Okay, that was more than sufficient. Okay, for the members of the press, I was going to ask why Heritage was or is interested in gaming or esports, esports generally, and what structure the bank has put in place to enhance the gaming industry. But you know, from everything he said, I believe he has answered all that questions. So let's go over to Dreamworks, and I think before I ask any question, let's know what Dreamworks do before.
Thank you again. My name is Alo, and as you know, or if you do not know, Dreamworks is an ICT distribution and retail company. We currently have lifestyle products, electronics, and computing products. For us, it's really important for us to be consumer-centric because we do like to work with our customers and understand what's important to them, which is why we're partnering with the Ynspyre gaming program, because we understand that our customers are interested in esports, e-gaming, and as a company that sells and retails consoles, games, and accessories for gaming, it's important that we connect with our customers on this subject, which is gaming. So that's the main reason why we're sponsoring the program. It's also because we're trying to be more invested in what our consumer enjoys. So not just selling to them, but being integrated into their lifestyle as a whole. So for us, it's the first time we're doing this, and it's a very interesting opportunity for us. So yeah.
Thank you. Just so that you know, this is on social media, on YouTube and Facebook, and we'll be expecting some questions from viewers online. At that point, of course, I would ask you the question. Let's roll over to Mr. Kumi, who is Nigeria Game Evolution Partners. He is the one in esports and the best person to tell us all about how this whole project will go.
Okay, so my name is Shola Adenikwebi, or Kumi Adenikwebi, and I am the CEO of Game Evolution Partners. Esports has been a very, very silent industry in Nigeria for the past decade, and we have been working towards pushing it as a lifestyle to the general public, and especially the youth, using it to empower them one way or the other. So this opportunity coming from Heritage Bank with the Ynspyre project means a lot to us, because we finally have a financial partner that is ready to invest in the project itself, meaning that they will support whatever it takes to empower these youths that we have been trying to harness for the past decade. So they are creating leagues, creating tournaments, and also creating a lifestyle for these youths. It's very, very important that we acknowledge the fact that for the past decade that we have been trying to push it, we haven't been able to actually succeed in doing pushing esports to the next level. So why we're very excited in Project Ynspyre is that this project is going to elevate not just Nigeria, but we believe Africa as a whole to in establishing quality esports standard in the continent. The bank is also going to be helping game developers, animators. It's not just about the gaming, it's about the ecosystem. So we're talking about game developers, animators, illustrators, voiceover artists. As I said, they're also going into music and entertainment, but what concerning gaming is they're not just taking care of the esports part, they are taking care of gaming as a whole, as they will be pushing out different levels of and structures to support these people in the industry. So for the esports sections, which is esports Ynspyre Game Evolution, we're creating 3 leagues. He said 2, but there are actually 3 leagues. One is tier 3, we call them the tier leagues, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. Tier 3 is going to be like the one for everybody. That's if you're a pro, if you're the best or you're not the best, that is where you start from to get up the ladder. Tier 2 is going to be like the Premier League, where you get professional teams and players that will qualify for those ones, and tier 1 will be the champions of champions, where we will select the best of the best to come and compete. So what we're trying to do, as he said earlier, is create a structure where these gamers will put their skills to test. So we're trying to create professional gamers. Like we have the C. Ronaldos, the Messis in football, and the Usmans in kickboxing. All these games are being digitalized. So we're creating professional gamers that will easily go out and say, I'm a gamer and I get paid for what I do. Creating empowerment for these people that the society have called useless, or people that waste their time playing games. So we're trying to show the general public that playing games, yes, is supposed to be recreational, but now it has turned into a professional career that can elevate and empower youths. We have, for the past 3 to 4 years, been taking youths out of Nigeria to go and compete in international tournaments. Some of them we won, some of them we got to semi-finals. But yes, it's a whole new experience for these youths, and it gives us joy to know that we're able to pick people that the society, I can say, is rejecting, and create some sort of lifestyle that can empower them to use what they love doing to create something. So the esports, the Ynspyre esports project will definitely be a project that will change the notion of video gaming in Nigeria and take it to the next level.
Okay, thank you. Once again, it's the Heritage Bank Ynspyre Game Evolution League project, and it's a launch for the project, and I believe the press would have some questions to ask. Can kindly just indicate so I can pass the mic.
Good day, everyone. My name is Christiana. I write for Daily Trust newspaper. My question is, I would like to know the connection between the Ynspyre account and the tournament. Is it the account that will qualify those who want to go in for the tournament, or how does it go? Then I also want to know or ask, I know this question has been, the last time we came, somebody raised the same question too, because we are in a society where they see people who play game as not being serious. So don't you see this as distracting to youths who are in school, who ordinarily do not even want to read? Now, giving them an opportunity to make money from gaming, don't you see it as distracting?
Thank you very much. Let me start with the second question. And let me also start with our favorite pastime, or the favorite pastime of many adults, football. I suppose, I don't have any research, but judging by the audience it draws and the regrets in the minds of several adults, they sometimes say to themselves, if I knew that Messi was earning $500,000 a week, why would I have gone to school? That is in no way to diminish education. But what I'm trying to say is that we should create opportunities, or rather we should create platforms where economic opportunities can meet anybody regardless of your station in life. Whether you have a PhD or you haven't been privileged to go to school, nothing of this should distinguish one person from another, because everybody is born with an innate skill. It's not everyone that is going to work in NASA and go to the moon. Some people are going to be the best carpenters, the best plumbers. So we have to create an environment that brings economic earning opportunity to everyone. It wasn't until the Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, I think, not corporation, Nigerian Broadcasting Commission insisted that radio stations play Nigerian music, I think for 40% of the time, or is it 60%? I can't remember which one. But there was a regulation that, made it compulsory for Nigerian radio stations to play music. At that time, there was little or no Nigerian music, and that was when the industry took off. And at that time, many of these people were regarded as what? Rejects. Today, I don't think there are many PhDs who are more popular than the music artists that we have today, much less wealthier. So you begin to look at these things and say it is communication that makes us think that a person who is locally endowed is not entitled to economic opportunities, very strong economic opportunities. And by the way, you find that artisans, in quotes, I'm not using that in a derogatory term, artisans in quotes kind of earn higher than those who go through the entire academic process. However, what you find is that also as you march through the regular employment process, your opportunities increase. Whereas for them, there is a kind of limit, maybe 35, 36 in terms of sports. But in terms of technology and even e-gaming, you can be a superb e-gamer at the age of 70. There is no barrier to your economic opportunities. So I need to disabuse the minds of many people that economic opportunity in an organized way is what we are after. And in any case, you need a certain level of education to understand how some of these games work. Otherwise, you wouldn't consider yourself an esports person. This is a serious business. It's just that we are only getting a hang of it. As a matter of fact, something struck me after we set in motion the mechanisms for this league. I got information from Kumbi that many people said it was a scam. That how can? And that's exactly the kind of communication we want to disabuse. There are several ways you can earn a decent living. So I hope that answers that question. Now, in regards to the account, the bank, and the game, again, you see some beverages, let me put it that way, some beverages sponsor the premiership, and you don't have to consume the beverage to watch the game. No. What is important is that the game, the beverage is providing entertainment value to many of us. So in this case, what we hope is that as the esport professionals begin to earn a decent living, they will remember the financial product that gave them the opportunity and therefore decide. I mean, imagine if Roger Federer was my customer. I mean, I'll go to sleep. And these are the kind of dreams we have for holders of the Ynspyre account. When you are an esport professional and for some reason or another, an agent taps you from California, an agent taps you from New York to come and join his team. In these days where the Naira is going for one thing and another, this would be very great for the country, where our e-gamers are earning millions in dollars and remitting to us. So these are the kind of things we want to do with the account. So first, we want to create a profession. We also want to create entertainment value. And then if in the monetization process it mushrooms to what we believe it should, we want those stakeholders to remember the financial product so that they can contribute to that financial product, and by the same token, the financial product can continue to sustain these opportunities for those coming after them. So that's just the value chain of it. And if I may just point out before the next question, some of the things we are trying to change. I was told in the early stages of the product development, I was told that some Nigerians had qualified for I don't know what it was, the West African Championship. So during a meeting, very crucial meeting we were having with Niger Game Evo, they told us that they had to leave. I said, why do you have to leave? They said, well, there's some Nigerians going to Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, and they are going by road to go and participate. These are some of the things that sponsorship will change. By the time the entertainment value of this product comes up, then you can find an airline that sponsors a professional e-gamer. And then you don't have to go by road. From South Africa, from Algeria or Rabat are flying in. These are some of the things we want to change.
Thank you very much, sir. Any other question?
All right, good day everyone. I'm Jumoke and I'm from Kaftan Television. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at the sustainability of this project. So talking about, what the government is saying about this, this is like, an independent organization, like I've heard you guys talk. So now what is the government really doing about the sustainability of this, trying to enshrine this into the curriculum of, schools, maybe from primary up all through to secondary, and then, trying to see how it can get to the larger audience. Because as it is, it is e-gaming, and we are all used to the normal sport of football, and the likes. People really do not know much more about e-gaming. So what do you think should be done to, ensure that, this actually gets through to the larger audience?
Okay, so if we're talking about the government right now, the government really has no idea of what esports is. But recently, like 5-6 months ago, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports created a committee for an esports federation in Nigeria. They haven't really been established fully, but I think the noise we're making is getting to them, and they are also looking into how to create a structure that will sustain the esports ecosystem in Nigeria. Because at least they said they've been following up what we've been doing for like 3 years now. That's why they could come out themselves to say, okay, we're seeing something. We don't understand it yet, but we're here to back you up and see how we can take it to the next level. So projects like this will also make them much more aware that, okay, for a bank doesn't give you money in Nigeria. So for a bank to come and say, okay, we're interested in esports, we want to support these youths, these gamers, in helping them accomplish what they are trying to do in the esports ecosystem, I think it will also send a message to the government and let them, contact us and say, how do we push this forward? How do we support your ecosystem? How do we tap into the youths that want to be professional e-gamers, and how do we support them? So the government really hasn't done anything yet, but I know that they are already looking into it, and projects like this will definitely help us get to them.
Let me just add to that a bit. The way development works, it comes in several independent parts. And let me explain again through something that you know. Back in the day, if you went to a nightclub in Nigeria, you'd hardly find the DJ playing Nigerian music. Today, you hardly find them playing Western music. It seems completely uncorrelated with what I want to say. Today, the most popular games are Western games. Anthem, Fortnite, PUBG, FIFA 21. Just give us time. You will find that the indigenous gaming development will grow in Nigeria. And suddenly, you are thinking of Nigerian games. Now, take another step backwards. What makes this possible? About 2 years ago, we used to just have Federal Ministry of or Minister for Communication. There's a slight change, but that slight change is mega. You now have the Minister for what? ICT. Gradually, the government is coming into it. And like they say, in every, I don't want to say disaster, in every adversity, there's a silver lining. All over the world, what the pandemic has caused is for people to rediscover technology, either for meetings or gaming or film industry. And what has that done? Well, I'm a banker, so yesterday MTN released their figures and there was almost 100% growth in data. More and more. A couple of years ago, Mark Zuckerberg came. It's like crude oil. You have developers, but they don't know what to develop. The same way you export crude oil and then have it refined back to you. But soon, and the government is creating that enabling environment, SIM registration, NIN, all these things are just to enable the indigenous technology industry. And there are many uses for technology. I mean, if you want to go to space, if you want to manufacture cameras, if you want to do gaming. So gradually, we are doing what you might call backward integration. And all this is being enabled because the government has linked together ICT into one ministry. It may not seem like a lot, but for the discerning is a major step in saying that the government is eventually coming in this direction. And it's not only in Nigeria. I mean, PUBG was banned in India because they didn't understand exactly what was going on. So when this thing takes hold, the growth is phenomenal. And sometimes, not out of their own fault, we sometimes have regulation lagging behind the development of an industry. Just like you have new areas develop and there are houses already there before the government begins to come and do some things. It's just the way of evolution. There is a strong government participation in things, and it is filling out gradually.
Okay, thank you very much. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody that has joined us online or that is watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. There is one question, however, from one I watch to play game, and he's asking how he can partner with the project, perhaps via streaming. I think that question is for Niger Game Evolution.
Streaming partnership is welcomed, as what the Ynspyre project actually is doing is bringing all players in the industry together. So this project is not about Niger Game Evolution partners. We're tapping into existing esports content providers. Like we already have people like the Call of Duty mob, Call of Duty MOB. They are specialized in creating tournaments for Call of Duty. We're bringing them under the Ynspyre League to partner with them. They are going to be officially streaming for the tournament. We have a caster. A caster is what we call the person that runs the commentary. His name is called Xerox. He also is a Nigerian, he's a professional esports player, very known, but he also wants to pursue a career in running commentary. So he's also going to be here supporting the tournament and also making money from this event. So we're open to partnership with anybody in the esports content providing community to come in and partner with us. Also, like the lady from Dreamworks said, the partnership is just beyond is beyond the players, also in the industry. Like what Dreamworks is doing now is catering for the needs of the gamers, because they've seen that, okay, mobile gaming is on the rise, PC gaming is on the rise, so they are now getting those equipment that are going to be delivered to these gamers. And for the past 2 to 3 years, the issue that the gamers have been having is buying their products in Nigeria. We hardly get people that have the accessories they need. So we always have to ship from America or London. Dreamworks is bringing that to Nigeria for them, helping them get it. So we're open to all partnerships, whether streaming, content providing, accessory providing. Ynspyre project is open for all of us.
Just to say something on that, so for all the accessories and consoles available at our store, we're offering installmental payments for all gamers that have the Ynspyre account. So you just come into one of our retail stores and show us like an ID of some sorts, and then we can offer installment payments for that. So
fantastic. I also want to maybe shed some more light on the nature of this partnership. And I want to say that Heritage Bank, by virtue of that, the Ynspyre account, cannot do this alone. Partners are welcome. What we want to assure every partner that is considering pitching its tent with what we're doing here is that we have a 3-year commitment with Niger Game Evo. So it's not a comet, fly by night. We have a 3-year partnership with them. And so you have 36 months to help us build this industry. There is space up and down the value chain. There is hardware, there is software, you have to create a lounge. All of these people need some level of financing, and they need, more importantly, some assurance that this is here to stay. And that is why I'm clearly saying to you that we have a 3-year partnership to evolve this industry. We cannot do it alone, and we are hopeful that more and more sponsors and other categories of participants will join. And I want to say to every gamer out there, we are in the early stages. Now is the best time to join. Don't sit back and say, wait. We are not going anywhere. We are here to stay. Just like mobile phone started back then and it has become something else. From feature phones to smartphones, we are here to stay. Heritage Bank, Ynspyre, and Gamevo, and all the other partners, riding on this 3-year commitment, we can do this. But without players, it's not possible to get to where we want to go. So don't sit back, because as it becomes more successful, the barriers to entry keep rising. Now is the best time. You can't just wake up and say you're going to become a tennis player now. You can't just wake up and say you're going to become a footballer now. So take advantage of these early stages. Play in the first game, get ahead on the leaderboard before the big boys decide that, oh, there's something happening in there. Let me go and join them. Now is the time for you to build up your skill, associate with what we're doing, and then get yourself into the professional realms of e-game.
All right, thank you. Any other question from the house? All right, so okay, so there's Babalola asking how can I join the project one more time. Babalola, if you've been with us, I think we've answered that question so far.
So they can just go to the website. If you want any information, just go to the website www.nigergameevo.com. That's NAIJAGAMEEVO.com, and then you get all the information you need, and you can also contact us via emails and social media platforms. So Babalola, if you're listening, that's how you can contact us and join.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, thank you everybody for coming, and I'm sure this has twisted our perspective or reality about esports so far. I had my own impression about esports too. Like you said, it can be distracting, but I'm sure with this kind of project, a lot would happen differently. All right, so thank you very much for coming one more time, and do have a great day.